even you are a victim of the Epstein files. Here is why and how you can protect yourself from it. One of the things that I find the most absurd about this whole situation is that for years before the Epstein files were released, everybody was talking about how there was going to be this huge revolution and that once the name were out, a lot of people were going to fall. It felt as if as soon as these files were out, something huge was going to happen. But instead, I feel that things are extremely quiet. Yes, people are talking about it, people are discussing the names on the Epstein files, there is definitely some conversation happening online, but there isn't the noise that was expected from the release of the Epstein files. As a therapist, I ask myself, why is this happening? And I think that the answer lies in one word: desensitization. I'm extremely worried about the fact that the online world that we live in is training us to getting used to very terrible things happening around the world through the constant and random exposure that we have of these things. There are also memes about how on social media you can scroll from a kitten video to terrible images about the war. Psychologically, this is absolutely insane because our brain is starting to be desensitized to things that should really horrify us. As a pre-qualified psychologist in a forensic setting, I am far too well used to the concept of desensitization because I also have to hear horrible stories every single day, and one of the side effects of it, and one of the side effects that a lot of professional experience, is that you start to get used to these terrible things happening. So I constantly have to make an effort to ensure that I don't become extremely detached from the reality of these very horrible things. One very easy thing that you can do is to just go outside, touch some grass, and try to make some distance between yourself and all of these terrible things that you're hearing on a day-to-day basis. Spend time offline, spend time with your loved ones, spend time doing activities that you love and enjoy. Also, make a very liberal use of the mute button. Try to limit your exposure to this terrible news. I am definitely a supporter of staying informed, but there needs to be a limit to the information, especially the amount of information that we acquire on a day-to-day basis. Like, our ancestral brains have not evolved to deal with this enormous amount of information coming our way constantly, especially this amount of negative information. Look after yourself and make a conscious effort not to lose your humanity, because this is exactly what they're trying to do with this constant exposure. They want us to be desensitized. They want us to be able to tolerate any kind of terrible news without blinking an eye, because we're just used to it at this point. This is not normal. This can't be the case. Really ensure that you don't lose yourself amongst this constant flow of news.